Hello there everyone, welcome or welcome back. I hope everyone is feeling well and healthy and is ready to get moving today. As you guys know, today we are doing a Vinyasa flow. Nothing really special to this flow other than, it's going to be great. Otherwise, yeah, we're just Vinyasaing. If you have not watched my tips on a virtual yoga class, please watch it. Maybe it's here. I always put it at the top somewhere. I just never know which side it is. But anyway, yeah, please make sure you watch that. Otherwise, make sure you've got your straps, your blocks, or any alternatives. Maybe a chair, a towel, a blanket, jersey, if it's cold. Yeah, just make sure you've got everything with you. And yeah, we're gonna get started. So we're getting started seated. You can place your hands on your knees, on your lap, wherever you can face them up, down, mudra, no mudra, it's really up to you. As usual, just practicing presence. And all that presence is just being here. Being in the space that you're in, both mentally and physically. Feel the ground beneath you. If you're doing yoga outside, feel the wind on your skin. Listen to the sounds around you. Bring the awareness to the body. Just relaxing through the body. Just check then. Check all the way from the top of the head to the toes. Making sure that we're not holding any tension. So loosening through the jaw, it might help to open it. Maybe move it around. Checking through the other parts of the face, the forehead, the eyebrows. Coming down through the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the back, and into the hips, and into the legs and feet. Just doing a quick scan through the entire body, making sure that you're not holding on any unnecessary tension. And the reason why I specify that you're not holding any unnecessary tension is because we do need to, have our muscles activated to sit up, for example. So in certain poses you can't just relax everything, but in something like Shavasana you can. Now that we've got the body relaxed, let's come back. Let's focus on the breath, not forcing or changing anything just yet. Just feeling how it is that you breathe, what it is that your body does for you all the time. And then here, if you have any intention that you'd like to set, please do so. And then let's bring the attention back to the breath. And let's start to breathe deeper. So as we inhale, we expand through the belly. We really let the belly expand as much as it can. And as we exhale, the belly comes back towards the spine and the chest comes down. So we repeat this, breathing in and out through the nose. If you're familiar with your Uja Breath, you can start with that. Just taking some nice deep breaths. And we're going to maintain this breath throughout the practice, keeping the awareness of the breath. We know that yoga is supposed to be a moving meditation, right? So the idea is that we use the movement to keep us present. We use the movement and the focus on the breath to keep us present. So as we move with the breath. Each movement is linked to either an in-breath or an out-breath. So we become very focused. In still poses, where we're still, we focus on keeping our balance, maybe watching our drishti or just focusing on the breath. So if you didn't set any intention, you can think about setting the intention to intentionally make this a meditation if that's not something that you usually remember to do. Alright, let's start with our movement. Let's just start by rolling through the neck. Let's make big circles with the head, really loosening through the neck. If you like, you can use your eyes to look all the way around. Some say it helps you with the range of motion. Let's turn directions. Breathing, taking deep breaths. And then let's bring the head back to normal. Let's roll through the shoulders, rolling them back. And same thing here, trying to make the movement as big as you can. Still taking those deep breaths. Let's change directions. And then shoulders come back. And then let's make some big circles with the torso now. So this might not really feel like it does anything for you, or it might feel like it does something for you. Just wherever you feel something, breathe, imagine the air going to that part of the body where you're feeling something. Right, coming back to stillness, we inhale, the arms come up, and let's exhale, bring the arms forward. Walk them as far forward as we can so we can get a nice stretch through the hips and through the back. Breathing, taking some nice deep breaths. Let's move the hands over to the left side. Breathe into the right side of the lower back. Breathe into the right hip. Let's inhale, come back forward, and then on the exhale, we come all the way to the right side now. Breathing now into the left backside and into the left hip. Let's inhale, come back to center, and exhale, roll ourselves up. Let's come onto our all fours, and then immediately stepping the feet back, and we come into our downward dog. If you'd like, we can walk the feet here. Otherwise, you can hold it still, or you can do any other movements that will make you feel more comfortable in your down dog to loosen you up. Maybe you want to move the hips side to side. Maybe you want to move the knees side to side. maybe the head round and round or up and down. Maybe you want to bend one arm at a time. Whatever you like. This is your practice. Only you know exactly what you need. Breathing. Let's inhale, roll the spine, come forward. Exhale, come down either through your knees, chest and chin, or your Chaturanga. I'm showing knees, chest and chin here. Inhaling, coming up either to your cobra or your up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes. Let's push the bum up into our downward dog. Make sure the hands are flat. Let's do another. Inhale, rolling forward. Exhale, now I'm doing our Chaturanga. You can still do your knees, chest and chin if you like. Inhaling, coming up. And now I'm showing our up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Breathing. Let us bring our left foot into the chest, or left knee into the chest rather. Step the foot in between hands, inhaling, the arms come up into our high lunge. Sink into it. Breathe. Arms are growing tall. Let's inhale, lean forward. You don't have to do this one if it's a bit too difficult. And then exhale, open up the hip. So we're in a variation of our warrior two. And then we have the option of either releasing the elbow to the knee. So all of us are either going to be here or all the way down on the floor. The arm comes up into our side angle pose. So for the next side, if you didn't do the lean forward, then you'll simply open up the hip, open up the arms, come down or come down. Breathing. Let's exhale, sweep the arm down and then straighten the front leg and then bring the toes to face inward. So both toes are facing inward and we lean forward, trying to get the crown of the head towards the floor. Breathing. Feel a nice stretch through the inner thighs, the hamstrings, the outsides of the legs here. Maybe you're also feeling something through the back. Making sure that we're releasing through the head. Taking some nice deep breaths. And then place the hands on the mat. If you can't get the hands on the mat, then you'll have your blocks here to support you. Let's bend through the right leg. So this would be your back leg. Bend through the left leg. Right leg again. Left leg again. And then let's come all the way down into our half squat. And then you can either have your hands at your heart or still supporting you on the floor. If you're a bit more advanced, you're welcome to come into your bind. Either way, let's see if we can bring our gaze up. Oh, my foot is itchy. Breathing. And then we're gonna gracefully as we can come all the way back to the other side and find ourselves in our high lunge with our hands on the floor. And then from here, have your block nearby if you need it. If you can't exactly touch the floor in a forward fold. So you're gonna place your block underneath your right hand here. And then we're all gonna kick up off of our right foot. The right hand is down on the floor, close off the hip, and the left hand comes up. What's this? Twisted half moon. And then I'm just going to face you now to demonstrate this one. And then, just as a challenge, maybe you want to bring your gaze down for this one, if it's not already down. Let's see if you can bring the foot out and the arm out. And then the foot goes back and the arm comes back up. Let's try it again. Foot out, the arm out. Woo. Just challenging our range of motion here. And then back up. Step the foot back. So I'm going to come back onto my mat. Woo. We step the foot back. Release the arm. Let's step the other foot back. Inhale up here. Exhale, coming down through your version of choice, and inhale up. Exhale into our downward dog. How was that? Breathe. Make use of your downward dog as a little rest. If you feel that maybe you need a bit more of a rest, you can always come down into a child's pose. Alright, are we ready for the other side? Inhaling, right knee into chest. And we start off with this movement. We don't go straight into stepping the foot. So we can activate through the core. Let's step the foot. Inhaling, arms come up. Just enjoy your high lunge for a little bit first. Breathing. Sink into it. All right, and if you did on the other side, let's inhale, lean forward, turn the foot to open up, and we turn the torso as well. And then we release the elbow onto knee, or the hand comes all the way down. And then we can bring the other arm up. Breathing. Let's sweep the arm down as we straighten the other leg. And we come down. If you're familiar with this one, I invite you to add whatever you'd like to add here. So if you want to bring your arms underneath you and sort of see how far you can go, do so. If you want to grab the hands behind you, come down, you can do that. You can even come into a tripod headstand if you like. Just as long as we all meet back here. See if you can come a bit further. Breathing. Now you remember what we did on the other side, right? So all of us coming back, hands on the floor in front of us. Let's bend through the one leg. So now we're bending through the left leg first. Bend through the right and see if it's easier now than what it was on the other side or the first time round. Coming back to the left. Coming back to the right. And then coming all the way. And then you choose whatever you did on the other side. Breathing. And then as elegantly as we can, we come all the way back to the other side, frame the foot in our high lunge. Make sure you've got your block so that we can kick up off the leg, placing the left hand now on the floor into our half moon, twisted half moon. Breathing here first, and then I need to make some space for myself. All right, let's see if we can bring it out and then back, out, and then back. And a big challenge here would be if your hand is not supporting you on the floor. And then we bend the leg, place the foot back on the floor, step the other foot to meet that one. Inhale up here, exhale coming down through our version of choice. We inhale, come up. Exhale, down dog. And now, to challenge our range of motion once again, we're going to shorten our down dog slowly, slowly. When your legs can't be straight with your hands on the floor anymore, then just bend the knees. So let's start one step forward. Keep in mind which foot you use to step. Still bending back or pushing back as you would with a down dog. And stepping now with the other foot, one step forward, bending back or pushing back. Breathing. Another step. Pushing back. One last step with the opposite foot. Now you can't really push back so much, I assume at least. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring the arms all the way up into an upside down L position. Pushing the bum back. Breathing. Make sure the back is flat. Let's bring the hands all the way around. Let them touch behind us and bring them back forward. Let's do that one again. All the way around. Touch. If you can, get them to touch, and back forward. Now let's come down onto our bums. Straighten the legs, so you might need to scooch yourself back a little bit. Would have been more smooth if we didn't have to scooch back, because we're gonna fold forward now over the legs. Breathing. Remember that when we fold forward, we fold from the hips. We don't fold with the back. We want the back to be as flat as it can be, and then we just relax the head. And then as we're folding forward here, we're either reaching for the toes or for the sides of the feet. If we can't reach there, we either have our strap around the feet and we're grabbing the strap, or we're reaching for the ankles, maybe we're here, or even just the shins, wherever we are. And wherever we are, let's say we're at the shins, as we feel a bit looser, we walk the hands forward, forward, until maybe we reach the ankles. And if we can reach for the ankles, we have our feet flexed, and maybe we can reach for the toes. All right, let's inhale, roll the spine, let's come back up. Maybe we scooch ourselves forward again, come down onto the back, and then we're gonna come up. And then for this next one, for our shoulder stand, we are not going to turn our heads. Yes? So we look straight up, we lift up the hips, place the hands on the lower back, point the toes, and we're trying to get our bodies as straight as possible from the toes all the way down to the shoulders. Breathing. If you'd like, you can bring your legs back. Maybe you want to come into deaf man's pose. Right, and then all of us gently coming back. Slowly, slowly, let's place the hands underneath the bum. Come up. Make sure we've got the hands nicely situated underneath the bum. Palms are facing up. Point the toes, and then we're going to do a counter stretch. If this is still a bit too intense for you, you can just relax in Shavasana for a little bit and then come into this one. So into our fish pose. Breathing. And then let's come, all of us, into our Shavasana. Alright, and it is here that we can now release everything. Before we do so, let's just make sure we're nice and comfortable, allowing the feet to lay open, the shoulders away from the ears, palms facing upwards, and then we lift the head slightly, bring the chin in, and drop the head back down. And here we can do our scan again, making sure that now every single little part of the body is relaxed. Now that the body is relaxed, we come to relax the mind, and we do so by focusing on the present moment. And in this present moment, all that we are doing is laying on the floor and breathing. Paying attention to the breath, feeling the air come in and out of the nostrils, and feeling the belly rising and falling. If you'd like to stay here for longer, please hit pause. If you're waking up with me now, please start to wiggle through your fingers and your toes, flopping the feet and the head side to side. Bringing up the knees if they aren't up already. And then we turn over onto one side and push ourselves up. Allowing ourselves to just come back. Let's bring the hands down to the sides. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. And again, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. And again, inhale, arms up, big breath. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. If you set an intention, reflecting back on that here. Thanking yourself for dedicating this time to your mind and to your body. And thank you for joining me. Namaste. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. If you did, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And leave me a comment. Let me know how you found it. And yeah, share this one with your friends. A lot of people could use some movement. A lot of people could use some relaxation in their lives these days. So I'm really just hoping that this service proves beneficial for you guys, and it would mean so much to me if you would spread the service. So do your part in helping people to get some movement in their lives, to get some relaxation, to get some quiet and some time for themselves. Thank you again, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye.